Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have an 8-card spread here. This is going to be about Aaron Robinson, the man that killed Vanessa Guillens. Yeah, so someone requested this. At first I wasn't going to do it because he's got really, really bad energy and I don't want that energy in my home. So I'm going to make this quick. But I do feel like I need to do this. Someone requested it today. I want to know what his thoughts are now that he killed himself and he killed her. So I'm trying to pick up his energy. It's a horrible energy that I'm getting, so my voice might change a little bit. As y'all know that my voice does that as these energies come in. Sometimes I choke and I can't talk, and I'm already feeling a choking feeling right now. So, yeah. Everything's going to be in the description box so y'all can read that. And the first thing I'd like to say is, Tank, get out of the kitchen. I'm just kidding. He's not in the kitchen. Someone told me they like it when I say that, so I thought I'd say that. Anyway, the first thing I would like to say is this video is not made for kids. If you're under the age of 18, please click off now. This is my channel. Please do not attempt to copy my video in any way, and don't attempt to copy my style either. Okay, let's get started. So for the first one, as I was shuffling, I asked to pick up his energy, what his thoughts and feelings were about what he did, where is he now, and why he did what he did, and what any other information that I can get. Okay, and Vanessa is coming through as well because she's in the Queen of Cups. So let's start with Justice first. Okay, I gotta get a different setup, y'all. Okay, so this is Justice. This is the first card that, this flew out of my hand. So this shows Justice here. This is the judge that's got his sword up, showing his power. He's wearing red, and there's red in the background representing coming in with a lot of passion to get justice for this girl. Also, there's yellow in the background, which represents a brand new day is coming. And then the scales are balanced, meaning that the outcome is going to be balanced and fair for all. Okay, also, you see one foot sticking out. That represents that this judge is balanced as well, that everything's going to be fair. So I feel like this came out right away to show that there is going to be justice for her. And that's already happening now because Aaron killed himself, so I do feel like there's going to be justice for her, in the long run. Okay, and as I was shuffling, this card flew out as well. This is her energy, so I'm feeling like she's coming through as well. And she's saying, and he's saying this too, I'm hearing it now, and he's saying that she was a quiet person. She's saying, they're both saying it at the same time, that she was a quiet person and she kept most of her emotions on the inside, because you see the queen is looking. I'm choking. Oh my god, hold on, y'all, I'm choking. Sorry, this energy is strong. Okay, so so she's looking at her cup. I'm feeling a horrible choking feeling. My chest is heavy. She's looking at her cup, and the cup is closed, okay? I can barely get these words out. I'm feeling her energy. The cup is closed, so the cup closed represents her keeping the feelings on the inside. So as she was having all these problems there, she was still strong. Because see, this queen is strong. That's why she's sitting on her throne. And then there's a lot of fruit around her. So it means that she had a fruitful life, fruitful job and everything, but everything around her was turbulent. You see the water around her is not smooth. It's all wavy. So that represents turbulent times. And she was holding all that in. And she's saying that she took a lot. He's saying that she took a lot. I'm hearing it from both sides of me. Both are here. I'm hearing both sides are saying that she took a lot of abuse. She took a lot of people, of them saying things to her. And at the beginning, she wouldn't say anything. She held it in until finally towards the end, she decided to tell because she had had enough. But it was a lot. From the time that she got there until the time that she passed away, it was a lot of abuse, mental abuse, and then the physical came when they would sexually harass her. This man literally sexually harassed her, and I am seeing that they did things to her body after they had killed her, which I'm not going to mention because I just, out of respect for her, I'm not going to mention those things. But y'all already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's what this card represents. It's her coming through, but he's speaking at the same time. They're both saying the same thing. Now, with the Page of Swords in the reverse, this came up last time for the girl with the orange hair. She was the third party that told everything. Okay, so you see the birds coming in. This is the messages. Birds always bring in messages. This is the card of third party. So she was the one that spilled the beans. As I said in my first video about it, there would be a third party that would spill the beans. I thought it was going to be a man, but honestly, she looks like a man. This is why I'm feeling that energy. I'm feeling a man energy from her. Even though she's a woman, I feel a male energy coming from her. But, okay, so it's in the reverse. When it was the last time, it was in the reverse, meaning that the third party is going to spill the beans, in which she already did. She spilled the beans. But there's going to be more information coming out as this woman is investigated and goes to court and stuff like that. There'll be more information that'll come. And in one of my other readings, my second reading, I believe, I said the same thing, that there was going to be more information coming out because there was other people there. When Aaron went to confront Vanessa in that room they were in, there was 2 other people there. That's why the room got cleaned up so quickly, because there was other people there. I believe that I'm hearing that people held her down. There was 2 other people that were holding her, and while he was striking her. And the news, in the news, they're saying that there was nobody else there. They've already investigated, but that's not true. And I don't care what anybody says about it. I already know there was other people there, because that's what Spirit is telling me. Okay, but with this card in the reverse, there's going to be a strange twist that comes up. Okay, and this twist usually turns out to be the truth. Okay, so somewhere, somehow, the truth is going to come out about these other people that were there. There's going to be justice that's going to take the hand of it. And it's going to come out, because with this card, the desire to speak is great. Okay, there'll be lots of communication. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, brings lots of communication about stuff. If there's a frustration, it brings that frustration out. So I do see that happening. Okay, this card literally in the upright is the messenger of vigilance. Okay, so in the reverse, it brings all these messages out. Okay, so now as far as Aaron Robinson, I don't care if I'm saying his name right or wrong, because he don't deserve anything. Okay, this is the world. He had the world literally in his hands. This is the infinity sign. And he had a pretty good deal there until he, started messing around and doing all the things he was doing. But I feel like karma was already coming towards him, because he was already messing with the girl with the orange hair, which she was already married. Okay, so that's another bad thing he was doing. And I feel like he has also sexually harassed other women in the past, only they never said anything. Okay, but finally karma came back to get him, so the world in the reverse came, showing that his world has stopped. His karma has come to get him. It's time for payback, literally. Also, when it falls on the reverse, it shows that this person doesn't learn from past mistakes, that he keeps walking off his path instead of following the path that God gave him. We all have a path that God gives us that we have to follow. And, sometimes we stray from that path. And he kept straying many, many times. So this, when the world's in the reverse, it shows that everything keeps getting postponed for him. His journey keeps getting postponed because he keeps doing things he's not supposed to. Raping women, harassing women, dating married women, So he keeps walking off his life path. That's what this literally means. He's walking off his life path. So finally, karma came to get him. And then what happened, him killing himself is his own karmic debt. Look where it fell under, the end. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute as I get there. Okay, but that's what this world in reverse literally means, that it was time for his world to stop. All the things he was doing, the universe has a way of stopping you. You know, you're not going to just keep going and going doing bad things and think you're going to keep living, because, or living right, or living, or having your life, because the universe doesn't work that way. So his world came to an end. Okay, so now we're going to move over here to the, sorry, I don't got a whole lot of room, y'all. So now we're going to move to the Page of Cups in the reverse. So in the upright, this is the messenger of love. I feel like he had a huge crush on Vanessa, and he would flirt with her all the time, and he even offered her like a date and things like that, which she probably never mentioned to anyone. But it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. That's why this card's in the reverse. She didn't accept that cup of love from him. The water becomes all of a sudden very turbulent, you know, when it's in the reverse. So this Page of Cups shows that she did not accept what he was offering, which made him angry. It made him upset, because he's saying that he's used to being the type of man that can always get the girl, or, you know, women always do what he says. But she didn't go for it because she wasn't interested in him like that, you know. But he kept on, more making more sexual innuendos, and you know, her sexually harassing her. Not to mention the other men that were harassing her. I'm feeling that someone was kind of moody, brooding. That's him. He was moody. He was brooding because he didn't get the girl he wanted to get. Okay, and he had all these plans in his head of how things were going to go if she accepted his offer, but his plans got postponed. Why? Because she didn't accept what he was offering to her. So that made him angry. You know, she ignored him, and that made him angry. So it got to where the point where when he found out that she told on him for sexual harassment, that's when he planned to do away with her. But here's the thing. She did report to higher ups about it, but there's no record of it because they did away with the records. I don't care what anybody says, what the army says, military says. These cards tell me, and spirit tells me, that she did report it. She just didn't tell her mother. She reported it higher up. Or how else would he have known? Okay, how else would he have known that he was reported for sexual harassment? Her mother didn't tell him. Okay, someone had to have told him that he was being reported. That's why he retaliated the way he did. So she did tell somebody, and someone did away with that. Okay, so how else would he have known? I mean, it's common sense, right? So he started getting mad, brooding, moody. I'm hearing he had built up emotions about it. He wasn't able to express them the way he wanted to. So, you know, he kind of turned angry. Okay, so let's move on to the next card, because here we have the hold on, let me get it. I don't know why I don't have no space here. This is the Ace of Swords. This is victory, okay? But remember, this is a double-edged sword. It can go either way. The light is for victory, and the dark is for not so good victory. Okay, so for him, it fell in the dark side. Okay, he thought he was gonna. At first, he's saying that he was gonna just go talk to her. He said, now this is what he says. He says he didn't have intentions of killing her. It just turned out that way because they got into an argument. But he was gonna go more, not really talk to her, but more threaten her and tell her, you better not tell, because I'm going to do this and this and this to you. But it turned out that, there was a huge fight or scuffle or argument or something, and then he ended up killing her. Okay? So that's what this Ace of Swords represents. That there was no victory for him the way he wanted it. Why do I say that also? Because here's the moon. The moon is when the split comes, okay? This is a split that splits two people, and it's not a good split, it's a bad split. So, things usually happen when the moon, at night. The moon represents nighttime. So here we have the moon splitting the two animals, and they're howling out to the moon. So that represents the split there. So when the moon falls in the upright, it represents disagreements, physical fighting. It also represents like a huge change coming, a huge change in emotions as well. Um, Confirmation of something. I'm hearing all these words in my head. Um, an outburst over something very little. Someone making a mountain out of a mole. And this is what he was doing. Only, sexual harassment is a pretty deep, what's the word I'm trying to say? Okay, it'll come to me in a minute. Sorry, I just lost it. But this also represents unforeseen events. Okay, so this was an unforeseen event for her. She did not know that this was going to happen to her that night when she went over there. She was called out over there. Someone called her over there. And I feel like, which I already saw in one of the other readings, that she was going to leave because nobody was doing nothing about the problem. She was going to go AWOL because she just could not take it anymore. Only she didn't get to because of what happened. And this is the night it happened here. When the moon pops up, this is the night it happened. It's an unforeseen event for her. It's a huge disagreement, emotional outburst, making a mountain out of a molehill. I'm hearing all of that. Something big happened. Something huge happened. And that's what happened to her. That's what they did to her. This is where they killed her here. Okay, so now we're moving on to the last card. Here we have the 10 of Swords in the reverse. So this is the end of a karmic cycle. It's done. When you see it here, this is the end of the karmic cycle. The life cycle is complete. You can't go on living the life you were living or the position you were in or whatever. It's done. The cycle has ended. Okay, but when it's an upright, sometimes it goes for whatever the question is asked. Like, let's say you ended a job, got a new job. Okay, because there's yellow here. But for him, it fell in the reverse. What does that mean? That means he's in the darkness. There's no light coming in for him. I asked, where was he? And this is what I got. He's in a dark, dark place. He can't find the light. Okay, he's saying that he can't find the light. There's no light for him where he's at. He ended his life because he was afraid. He didn't want to spend the rest of his life in prison, and he knew that they were going to find those bodies, he knew that the truth was going to come out. So when he saw the police coming towards him, he knew that was the end for him. So at that moment, he took his life. I don't think that he planned to take his life. I don't feel that. But I do feel like he acted on impulse. I feel like he acted on impulse. And so he just did it at that moment because he had so much fear of going to prison, fear of getting caught, and fear of not knowing what was going to come next. I'm hearing trauma. A lot of trauma was in his mind. I'm also seeing a final outcome, no movement. Okay, so this is him. He's saying that there's deep feelings of loss. So I don't know if it's loss for his own life or loss for what he did or loss for Vanessa. I don't know what this loss is, but they're showing me lots of loss, deep feelings of loss. He knows he did wrong. He's saying he knows he did wrong. He knows, but it's too late now. He already killed himself. He killed her. And he's pretty much lost. He's in a dark place. There's no light where he's at. He can't find the light. And I don't think that he ever will. I think he'll wander around in darkness until Judgment Day. And there's judgment right there. Okay? Remember, when we die, we all go to a waiting place. And there's different levels of waiting places. It goes to according to the way you live your life. What deeds did you do on this earth? Then you go to a level. There's different levels. I know a lot of you don't know about this, but I've read about this many, many, many times. And Spirit always tells me about this. When you die, you go to a level according to what deeds you did on this earth. There's some people on higher levels where there's more light, and there's some people in the very lowest levels, which is like this. Like those are the murderers and the killers. They go to a very dark level until Judgment Day. When Judgment Day comes, that's when we're going to be judged, and then we'll either be cast to hell or go to heaven. Okay, but we're all in a waiting place until that day comes, until Armageddon comes, and then the judgment day comes. All right, so he's on a very low level, and I don't think from there he's going up. I think he's going to go straight down. Okay, and he knows this, and he's pretty much lost, and that's just where he's going to remain right now. I probably might do another reading about this because I'm feeling like there's more that needs to be told about this card. More energies of it. I got to get out of this energy. It's horrible. But my phone is about to die too, so I got to stop this video. All right, y'all. So I'm going to end it here. I hope this gave y'all some sense of where his mind was at and what happened. I do feel like I need to shuffle some more and pull more cards. The Spirit is telling me to shuffle some more. So I'm going to do a part 2 on this. All right, y'all. I'm going to go for now. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Give me a thumbs up. Comment, y'all. Share with your friends. Let them know about me. And if you want a personal reading, follow the directions down below. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.